The ocean isn't just big, it's a whole other world. It covers over 70% of the planet, yet we've barely scratched the surface of what's hiding down there. We've mapped Mars and Venus in more detail than our own ocean floors, which means most of what's lurking beneath the waves is still a mystery. And if that doesn't make you a little uneasy, just wait. For centuries, the sea has swallowed entire ships, concealed ancient ruins, and kept things hidden that simply defy explanation. We're talking lost cities, unidentified creatures, and objects that shouldn't even exist. Every time we send technology down to explore, we don't just find answers, we uncover more questions. And some of them, they're straight up terrifying. So join us on this journey as we uncover 15 secrets found beneath the ocean that will definitely freak you out, starting off with Number 15, the Abyss. The Abyss is not just a James Cameron sci-fi movie. It's real, and it's one of the most alien places on Earth. Sitting 13,000 to 20,000 feet below the surface, this deep-sea region is a world of eternal darkness, bone-crushing pressure, and freezing temperatures. By all logic, nothing should survive here. And yet, life thrives. A recent expedition near Australia uncovered hundreds of new species, including deep-sea lizardfish, spiny king crabs, and the bizarre faceless fish, which hadn't been seen since 1873. Then there's the smooth-head blobfish, the internet's favorite ugly mascot. But the Abyss holds far more than just weird-looking creatures. It's one of the last truly unexplored frontiers on our planet. Every dive reveals something new, proving that we still have no idea what's lurking down there. The ocean isn't just a body of water. It's a time capsule, a graveyard, and a breeding ground for the unknown, all rolled into one. Number 14, the Lost Submarines of 1968. Submarines are engineering marvels, but they also carry huge risks. You're sealed inside a steel tube, miles beneath the surface, where one mechanical failure could mean instant disaster. And in 1968, 4 submarines from 4 different nations mysteriously vanished. The USS Scorpion, US, INS Dakar, Israel, Minerve, France, and K-129, Soviet Union, all disappeared in the same year, taking 318 crew members to their graves. Theories about what happened range from mechanical failures to Cold War sabotage. Wreckage from some, like the Scorpion and K-129, has been found, but many questions remain unanswered. To this day, 1968 is the deadliest year for submarines since World War II. The ocean has a way of swallowing secrets whole, and some of these disappearances may never be fully explained. It's a chilling reminder of how unforgiving the deep sea can be, especially for those daring enough to explore it. Number 13, the Bermuda Triangle. Miami, Puerto Rico, Bermuda. Sounds like a dream vacation, right? Well, not if you're superstitious. This region, known as the Bermuda Triangle, has been blamed for countless disappearances of ships and planes, sparking theories ranging from alien abductions to interdimensional portals. In reality, there's no concrete evidence that the triangle is any more dangerous than other heavily traveled areas. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, points to logical explanations: unpredictable weather, rogue waves, and navigational issues caused by the region's odd magnetic variations. There's even a theory that bursts of methane gas, basically oceanic flatulence, could cause ships to sink without warning. Yet stories of vanishing vessels, lost radio transmissions, and eerie last words from pilots keep the legend alive. Whether a hotspot for unexplained phenomena or just the ocean doing its thing, the Bermuda Triangle remains one of the most famous maritime mysteries on Earth. Number 12, giant oarfish. Sailors have whispered about sea serpents for centuries, but they may have been seeing giant oarfish, the longest bony fish on Earth. These deep-sea creatures can grow up to 56 feet long, with snake-like bodies and flowing red fins that make them look downright mythical. Since they live at depths of up to 3,300 feet, sightings are incredibly rare, but when they wash up on shore, it's always a spectacle. In 2013, two massive oarfish appeared on California beaches, sparking earthquake rumors. Some cultures believe oarfish surface before natural disasters, but scientists aren't convinced. There's no real evidence of a connection. Still, oarfish remains one of the ocean's most mysterious creatures. They may not be krakens or leviathans, but they're living proof that the deep sea is home to bizarre, otherworldly animals that most people will never see outside of legends. Number 11. Julia Sound. In 1999, U.S. NOAA hydrophones picked up a mysterious, powerful sound deep in the Pacific. It lasted only 15 seconds, but it was so loud that it echoed across the ocean, detected thousands of miles away. Scientists named it Julia. The official theory? An iceberg cracking off Antarctica. But that's not confirmed, and the sheer intensity of the sound has led to some wild speculation. Some claim it could be the call of an unknown deep-sea creature, something so massive it makes blue whales look small. Others point to rumors that a NASA satellite allegedly spotted a huge shadow moving through Antarctic waters at the same time. No official images have been released, and the truth behind Julia remains uncertain. Whether a natural phenomenon or something lurking in the abyss, it's another chilling reminder that the ocean still holds secrets we may never fully understand. Number 10. Underneath the Ross Sea Ice Shelf. Beneath hundreds of meters of Antarctic ice, in a place where logic says nothing should survive, researchers found life, lots of it. Fish, crustaceans, and the real stars of the show, upside-down swimming fish and brand-new species of sea anemones clinging to the ice. These creatures thrive in complete darkness, freezing temperatures and crushing pressure. A setup so extreme it shouldn't be habitable. No one really knows how they survive. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Scientists believe the conditions beneath the Ross Ice Shelf mirror Europa, one of Jupiter's moons. If life can exist here, in a seemingly inhospitable wasteland, then who's to say it couldn't thrive in the icy oceans of another world? The deeper we explore Earth, the closer we get to understanding what might exist beyond it. But first, we still have to figure out our own backyard. Number 9, a deadly undersea lake. At 3,300 feet below the Gulf of Mexico, there's a lake at the bottom of the ocean, and it's as deadly as it is bizarre. Nicknamed the Jacuzzi of Despair, this undersea pool is filled with toxic brine, methane, and hydrogen sulfide, a chemical cocktail so lethal that anything that swims into it never swims back out. Measuring 12 feet deep and 32 feet across, it might not sound like much, but its extreme conditions make it a scientific goldmine. Researchers believe it could help us understand how life survives in the harshest environments, both on Earth and possibly on other planets. It's unsettling to think that something as simple as water within water can be the difference between life and instant death. But the ocean is full of places that shouldn't exist, and yet, somehow, they do. Number 8. The alleged Crystal Pyramid. The internet loves a good underwater conspiracy, and the so-called Crystal Pyramid of the Devil's Triangle is one of the most infamous. The legend claims there's a massive glass-like pyramid hidden deep beneath the ocean, possibly linked to ancient civilizations or even aliens. Sounds exciting, right? Too bad it's completely fake. There's no evidence, not a single verified photo, scan, or study that supports the existence of a submerged pyramid. The myth traces back to old hoaxes, exaggerated claims, and the internet doing what it does best, turning fiction into fact. Scientists have debunked it repeatedly, pointing out that building a crystal pyramid underwater would be both pointless and physically impossible. Still, the story refuses to die, proving one thing: people love a good mystery, even when there's nothing there. It's not Atlantis. It's just a case of legend outlasting logic. Number 7. Giant squid. For centuries, sailors whispered tales of the Kraken, a monstrous beast with tentacles big enough to pull ships under. Turns out they weren't entirely wrong. The giant squid is real, and while it probably won't attack a ship, it's just as mysterious as the legends say. For years, this creature was only known from carcasses washing up on shore. It wasn't photographed alive until 2004, and the first underwater footage didn't appear until 2012. Even now, much about it remains a mystery. We estimate they grow up to 66 feet, but no one's really sure. Their cousin, the colossal squid, might be heavier, but it's just as elusive. With huge, dinner plate-sized eyes built for the darkness and tentacles lined with sharp hooks, these creatures are the deep sea's ultimate enigmas. They may not be pulling down ships, but they remain one of the ocean's most legendary predators. Number 6. Light wheels in the Persian Gulf. For centuries, sailors have reported seeing huge glowing wheels of light spinning across the ocean, sometimes stretching hundreds of feet across. These eerie phenomena, known as light wheels, have baffled observers for generations. Oceanographer Kurt Kalla suggested they might be caused by bioluminescent plankton reacting to seismic waves, but that doesn't fully explain the patterns, movements, or varying speeds. Unlike normal bioluminescence, which flickers and flashes, light wheels are massive, circular, and eerily uniform, almost as if the ocean itself is creating spinning signals in the dark. There are wilder theories too, from electromagnetic anomalies to otherworldly causes, but no real evidence supports them. What we do know? They're rare, fleeting, and mesmerizing. Whether it's plankton, deep sea forces, or something we haven't discovered yet, light wheels prove that even in an era of satellites and deep sea robotics, the ocean still finds ways to keep us guessing. Number 5. The bloop sound. In 1997, an ultra-low-frequency sound roared through the South Pacific, loud enough to be picked up by underwater microphones thousands of miles apart. Scientists called it the bloop. At first, no one knew what to make of it. It wasn't a whale, it wasn't a submarine, and it wasn't some underwater earthquake. Some speculated that it could be a giant, undiscovered sea creature, something massive enough to produce a sound that powerful. Others noted its eerie proximity to the coordinates of H.P. Lovecraft's fictional city of Aurelia, where the cosmic horror Cthulhu was said to be sleeping. You can imagine how conspiracy theorists ran with that one. Eventually, in 2005, scientists decided the sound came from an icequake, the result of icebergs breaking apart underwater. That's the official explanation, but not everyone is convinced. Could a cracking glacier produce something that mimics a biological call? Maybe, maybe not. But what's certain is that the ocean is still keeping plenty of secrets. And whatever caused the bloop, it remains one of the most chilling mysteries ever recorded beneath the waves. Number 4. The Yonaguni Monument. Off the coast of Japan's Yonaguni Island, beneath 85 feet of water, sits a massive stone structure that looks suspiciously like an ancient sunken city. Discovered in 1986, the Yonaguni Monument has fascinated scientists, divers, and lost civilization enthusiasts alike. The formation has sharp geometric edges, stair-like terraces, and what some believe to be carvings of animals and faces. Some say this is evidence of an advanced civilization that once thrived here before an ancient earthquake submerged it. Others argue it's simply a natural rock formation, shaped by underwater currents and erosion. The debate has raged for decades because no one has definitive proof either way. Today, divers explore the site like an underwater archaeological dig, searching for answers that may never come. Whether a lost city or just an oddly shaped rock formation, the Yonaguni Monument is a stunning reminder of how much history and mystery still lies hidden beneath the sea. Number 3. The Baltic Sea Anomaly. In 2011, a Swedish diving team scanning the Baltic Sea floor found something they didn't expect, a perfectly round, 200-foot-wide object sitting on the seabed. The sonar image looked like something straight out of a science fiction movie. Some compared it to the Millennium Falcon from Star Wars. Others were convinced it was a crashed UFO. The reality? No one knows for sure. Scientists believe it's probably a natural geological formation, possibly created by glacial movement. But then things get weird. The divers reported that their electronic equipment malfunctioned whenever they got close. The object also has what appears to be a stair-like structure leading up to it, which has only fueled more theories about what it could be. There's still no concrete explanation, and until someone sends an advanced exploration team down there, the Baltic Sea Anomaly will remain one of the most bizarre and unexplained discoveries beneath the ocean. Number 2. The Milky Seas Effect. For centuries, sailors reported seeing entire stretches of the ocean glow in the dark juts like we've seen in Avatar, transforming the sea into a surreal, ghostly landscape. People dismissed it as superstition until satellites finally captured it from space. The Milky Seas effect is real. It's caused by bioluminescent bacteria, tiny organisms that produce light when their colonies explode in number. When conditions are just right, these bacteria form patches that can stretch for thousands of square miles, glowing softly in the night like something out of a dream. But here's the thing. We still don't fully understand why or how they do it. Unlike regular bioluminescence, which flashes briefly when disturbed, the Milky Seas can glow steadily for hours or even days. The largest recorded event spanned 16,000 square kilometers. That's bigger than some small countries. Despite our high-tech world, the ocean still manages to surprise us, reminding us that there's always something out there we haven't figured out yet. Number 1. The Megalodon. If you think great white sharks are terrifying, meet the Megalodon. This prehistoric predator made them look like guppies. Growing up to 60 feet long with 7-inch serrated teeth that could bite a whale in half, it was the apex predator of the ancient seas. And while scientists say it went extinct around 3.6 million years ago, not everyone is convinced. Why? Because the ocean is huge, deep, and mostly unexplored. Every so often, fishermen pull up teeth that look suspiciously fresh, fueling speculation that something enormous is still out there. Of course, no hard evidence supports this, and most scientists argue that the Megalodon couldn't survive in today's colder, food-scarce deep seas. Still, the discovery of living fossils, like the coelacanth, a fish thought to be extinct for 66 million years, shows that nature has a way of keeping secrets. Whether Megalodon is gone or just incredibly good at hiding, it remains a legend. If you have enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you soon.